Hello, welcome everyone for this wonderful winter solstice pre-party celebration where we are completing 2020. We're completing a decade and we are opening up to the new earth, the ascended Gaia, and celebrating all that we have transformed in the past year, and calling forth all the blessings and the fruit that we'll be receiving for all the transformative work that we have done. And it has not been easy. It has been such a challenging year for all of us on so many levels. And so we really want to acknowledge that and celebrate that at this time, and that we are getting stronger and stronger. We are becoming so stable in our alignment and so aware of that presence, the divine presence inside of us, guiding us at all times. We know that we are never alone and that we are always guided and supported. And when we do this work together, we're just strengthening that connection and sharing it with each other. So that's the purpose of this circle. It's just been so wonderful to share the quantum light practice with all of you here the past few months. And it's just been wonderful to get together in these circles, because this is how we can support ourselves and each other. And raising the vibration, raising the frequency of matter, experiencing ourselves as temples of light. That's what we're doing here. And so it is a continuous process. We'll never get to the end of it. So we'll always have work to do in this transformative process that we're all experiencing right now. So it's very exciting that it's just the gift that keeps on giving. So so we'll just get started with this alignment circle. So what we're going to do today is just come into alignment, bringing ourselves fully into present time, bringing in the body, the emotions, the mind, all these different facets of ourselves, all the timelines that we've experienced. We're bringing it all into the present moment so that we can come into alignment and experience ourselves as embodied sovereign beings of light. And that's when we experience heaven on earth, no matter what's occurring in the outer world. And it continues to get more complex, that's to say the least. No matter what's occurring, we can be strong and connected inside ourselves. Alignment, that is the key. And it is through alignment we intuitively know how to respond. We can pause and we can make choices. We're not reacting. We're choosing how to perceive what's happening and how to respond. So we cultivate that experience of alignment in our everyday life. So let's just close our eyes and we'll get started with our alignment. So we focus on the root chakra in the body. We focus on the inner field, the inner quantum field. And the root chakra, the base of the spine. And we make the connection between the root chakra and the core of the earth. Our bodies are connected to the earth. And that's what creates this space, a safe space. Then the vessel, the physical vessel, becomes safe and secure for the spirit to descend into the body and stabilize there. This is called grounding. So we become very grounded. The spirit grounds in, lands into the physical vessel. And we make the intention that we're connecting to the ascended earth, because there's different dimensions that different people are playing in and experiencing. So we are choosing the ascended earth. And we make that intention very clear. I'm connecting now to the ascended earth, the ascended Gaia. And you can even visualize a line of energy from the base of the spine, going through all the layers of the earth and connecting to the diamond white core of the earth. And then we allow the earth energy to rise up through our feet, into the body, flooding the body with this nourishing white light. This earth energy moves up through all the energy channels of the body, clearing, cleansing, purifying. Ooh. You just feel that it's a very stable. We can start to feel stillness inside. Our emotions kind of calm. And we just allow our bodies to release into the earth any nervousness or anxiety. Gaia can receive that and recycle it. Releasing any density we may feel in the body, any kind of ascension symptoms we might be dealing with, any aches and pains. Just allow that earth energy to soothe that place in your body. It's just very soothing and nourishing. And see the cells absorb that light, just breathing in more and more light into the cells. Restoring, revitalizing, clearing all the cells of the body, just like a sponge absorbs water. The cells of your body are just receiving this diamond white light. And then we call forth the cosmic light that comes in through the crown of the head. And you can see this column of golden light coming through, and it's coming through the sun. And it's filled with the divine codes, the rainbow ray of wholeness, this vibration of wholeness and sovereignty coming through. And we allow those codes to come through in a column of light that we absorb into the crown chakra. So this is the cosmic light, and that light integrates with the earth energy inside of us. And we become this vessel of heaven on earth. As the cosmic light infuses the physical vessel and integrates with the earth energy. And we just breathe deep breaths. And I'm seeing the goddess Sophia. So Sophia is the embodiment of wisdom. And this is the cultivation inside of you of your inner authority, your inner knowing, wisdom. This is what comes from your experience. It comes through grace. It comes through learning about alignment, being able to stay with your emotions and transform your emotions into your power. All of these beautiful gifts come through your alignment and wisdom. And so Sophia is an expression of the Shekinah. And the Shekinah is the primal divine mother. It's the indwelling presence of the divine feminine that enters in and is anchored into the body. So we're calling forth that presence, the divine mother presence, to be anchored and established inside of you, in your heart. Hoskura hanai shiniki naiya. Hosuru ashana siniki sanoa hatni shiki inuwa nai. Sonuskana shiki sonokosura hananai sonoa. Soskurushunuka hanai. Sophia, the Christ consciousness. Honoanai shiniki sonokosura nahi. This awareness of the divinity inside of you. That is the Christ consciousness. The awareness of the divinity that resides inside of you. The living presence of the divinity inside of you. It is your divine birthright. It is who you are, the truth of who you are. So all these expressions of the goddess and the divine feminine are you. These are aspects of you. You are the goddess. And then we're attracted to certain aspects of the goddess because we have those qualities inside of us. And so there's certain archetypes that are very appealing to us, and then we cultivate a relationship with those different expressions of the goddess. But these are reflection. Every expression of the goddess that is appealing to you, those are reflections of your own divine essence, your own signature essence. So you are the goddess, you are the divine presence. That is the truth of who you are. And so this work, the work of this circle, the quantum light practice, is to remove any obstruction that prevents you from having that experience of being a divine being of light incarnate. And these obstructions may come up in the form of conditionings from the past, from education, from family, ancestral lineage, trauma from the past, collective trauma. So there's many experience of separation that we're bringing forth in order to acknowledge, accept, and integrate, including these parts of ourselves back into the wholeness. And in that way, we experience freedom, inner freedom that has nothing to do with what's happening in the outer world. It's an inner experience. And so we can use all the events that are occurring in the outer world at this time as a way to deepen into our experience of the divine presence. inside of us and to deepen into our inner knowing. So skurushinokoaha shiniki sunokoroaha nai. So skosunwa shuskuswa suskushwa suskushwana kinini sunokoronoa chinakaraha nai. So we're bringing forth any moment, and this is something that's occurring a lot of, and we've been working with this in other circles and in private sessions, working with the inner division. And the experience of inner division is part of the process of enlightenment. And these are just experiences of separation and polarities that come forth, that escalate as we are coming into union, which is what we're doing in this global paradigm shift. We're moving from separation consciousness to unity consciousness. So all of our feelings of separation will escalate as we're making that shift. Any experiences of shadow, unconscious shadow, and separation, beliefs of separation, in that we believe that we're separate from God. We think that we're in the illusion, we're in this illusion that we are separate from the divine. And so that belief is what we are, it's being dissolved as we come into union. And then so let's just bring forth any situation. Let's bring to the altar any situation in your daily life at this time where you may feel that division. You may feel that you're not able to communicate with people close to you. You may feel that you may be going through a big change in your life, and there may be some regrets about the past. There may be anxiety about the future. There may be, you may be concerned. There may be financial concerns. There may be health concerns. Am I going to be healthy? Am I going to catch this virus? What's going to happen with this? Any concern like that, that has been coming up for you, just bring it forth. This is the space to do it. This is, what are we completing in 2020? What belief, what thought pattern, what emotional pattern that limits us? What are we willing to let go of? What are we ready to complete? So skuru sunuaha shineki sunokoroa. So skuru sunuaha, shoshkuru sunokoroa. And it'll come up, what you're ready to let go of or process. Just allow it to come up. And just kind of take a look at it. Sonoko shunuaha shineki sunokoroa. So skuru sunuaha shiki sukusroa. So skuru shunakanai. Maybe there was a conversation that was disturbing that you had with somebody close to you, where you didn't see eye to eye and you felt a little bit disturbed by what occurred. That's happening a lot, where we're getting triggered. So the trigger is the key to bliss. It takes some time to get that. But when there is an emotional trigger, and that means, what I mean by an emotional trigger is that very strong emotion, very charged emotion comes up unexpectedly in an interaction. And it's usually, with somebody close to us. And this very charged energy comes forth. And it has a lot of baggage. It's not so much about what's happening in the moment. And we know it's very familiar. It's, that's how we know it feels very familiar. And then we start to say things like, this always happens to me. Why is it always like this? You know, why do I always do the same thing? When is it going to be different? It's never going to change. All of those kinds of inner responses. That's when we know that it's an emotional trigger. And we can know that it's not really about the story that's happening in the moment. And we can even be grateful. We can say, wow, this is so great that this came up. Because now I get to process this energy, this vibration that's limiting me inside. So it might come up as like an irritation, but it's coming up, these things are coming up a lot in just daily conversations. So we just allow that to come forth. And so we offer it, we consciously offer this energy, this vibration of division to the divine presence, to the Shekinah, the Sophia Christ. You're offering this experience of separation to the Divine Mother. I've learned everything I need to know about this. I've been doing it over and over and over, perhaps for many lives. This experience of division and separation. I am giving this to you, Divine Mother. So we surrender it to the divine presence. Surrender, divine surrender. That's our activation today. Divine surrender. Hoshkuro sunoko shurua. Soskuru sunua hashniki sunokura hanai. Soskuru sunua hashkisu skusurua. Soskusurua hanai shunokoa hai. So we surrender these things because the mind cannot figure it out. It is suffering to rehash and go through and repeat. And I said this, and they said this, and I felt this, and they did that. That is suffering. Self-created suffering, sonoa hashniki, which occurs in the mind. Hoshkuro hashniki sonoa nai. So in the quantum light practice, we are aware that this is a trigger. I'm not going to figure it out because the mind is usually trying to find out who's wrong and who's right. And where there was, something wrong and who did it wrong. And that's why I'm like this, because they did this. And that those kinds of solutions are not effective. And so we just bring our attention, we bring our focus inside, and we're aware. I'm being triggered. I'm triggered. I'm rehashing something from 30 years ago over and over in my brain. I'm in a program. It's like a computer program. It's a program. It's a virus in the thought patterns. So I am offering this to the Divine Mother in this now moment, the fire, the ruby fire of transformation. Okay, so we just surrender it to the altar of your heart, to the Divine Mother. Call for divine support. We feel what we need to feel. We allow ourselves to feel. and we surrender. So when we do this, emotions will come up. We just allow them to be there because we're consciously processing. So there's purpose. It's not going to last forever. We just allow those emotions to be there and to process. We can stay with it. We don't have to resist because we know it will pass. We don't want it to go unconscious again. We don't want to sweep it under the rug and, oh, well, this is no big deal. Oh, I'm exaggerating. We just allow ourselves to feel whatever comes up. It doesn't matter. It may be something from 30 years ago. It doesn't matter. It was there. It's a vibration. So we do this inner work to clear and purify the inner quantum field. So some strange thing from when I was 3 years old may come up. We just allow it to be there. Because these are patterns that then continue to repeat themselves in order to make them conscious. So bringing forth the ruby fire. And Kali, the goddess Kali, just allow that ruby fire to come through the inner quantum field, clearing, cleansing any experience that's coming forth to be made conscious. Light language transmission from Kali. Hokurahana in chickenes kohana esenehenehesenesunukurahana hinishe so ho surahana sunahishna kanahana isunukuhana sunohoshunoha sana shinikisunoa sunahashika sunukurua. And this light language is to assist us because sometimes we become attached to suffering because it's familiar and it becomes a part of our identity. So we're letting go of that attachment to suffering. We're letting it go. So so kahana ishinikisnukurua. Shushkushunua sinishki sukusura. Haneshinike enechkisukusurahana. Harahana sunusunua. Sunusunua shahe enishkisunusunua. Horkahana echekana chekaskurasana. Shnahesana sunukushukusuruanai. Suskurusunushnukuwa. So just unraveling any attachment to these patterns. And we are allowing new frequencies of light to be activated inside of us. Sonakoshnoahashnakisanai. Soskurusunoha shukusurua. Sokushuahasanakisanakosroanai. Just breathe it in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out forcefully. Breathe in and breathe out. So hashinake sinakusroa shinake sinakorwa. Soskusunoa hashinake sinakusroa hanai. Shoskurusunokanai soskorwa. Shoskurushinakorwa hanai sinakorwa nai. So many things are completing. As we complete this year, we're completing certain patterns. There are certain endings that are occurring, physical and emotional and mental completions. So we just let go, we just allow. Just take deep breaths. We're just going to bring in this ruby fire into the lungs, just clearing, cleansing the lung area. Also, just free and easy breathing. Letting go of any grief, because grief accumulates. When it's not processed, it accumulates in our lungs. So we want to clear out the lungs of any kind of obstructions, vibrations of grief. And then we're going to revitalize and restore the lungs. So breathe in this golden light. So it's good from the Sophia Christ, and the seraphim, the Sophia dragons, or the seraphim. We're calling on them for support in assisting us to revitalize, to cleanse and revitalize our lungs, the breath. That is our spirit, the breath of life. So clearing all the passages in the lungs. So letting go, including back into the oneness, grief from the past, grief in the present, despair. We're just letting go of those emotions. Breathe out. Oh, let it go. And then the Sophia Christ is bringing forth this golden light. It is like this, if you can visualize a sphere of golden light hovering above your head, like a sun that is pulsating, filled with the vibration of wholeness. And you can see that sphere of light pulsating above your head. And it's just growing with light. The creative life force. Unconditional love and acceptance. And you can see that sphere of light descending into the crown of the head. This golden light being absorbed by all the cells of the brain, bringing the left and the right hemispheres of the brain into balance. Every cell of the body absorbing this golden light. It's clearing the neural pathways of the brain, activating new ways of thinking, new ways of seeing that are infused with divine light. We're raising the vibration of matter, raising the vibration of the brain and the thought processes of the brain with this golden light. Surrender. Surrendering to that divine presence inside of you. Receiving that divine presence in every area of your life. Just breathe it in, just more light, allowing more light. Oh, into the brain, into the throat, our communication, the ways that we communicate, cleansing and purifying. Any stuck emotions in the throat are being dissolved with this golden light. Any time where we just weren't quite able to speak up for ourselves, we'll let that go. Just breathing in more light into the throat. Sono ahashinaki sokoshuro ahanai, sono skoro sono ahanai, so skoro sono shinoko aini, so skoro soa, so skoro soa, so skoro soa nai. More and more light is entering into the body, grounding into the body. Be aware of your connection to Gaia. Making sure your connection to Gaia is strong, unshakable. And then continue to receive those codes in through the crown of the head. Divine surrender, surrendering to the truth of who you are as a divine being of light incarnate. Surrendering to that identity of who you are. Being of light incarnate. Claiming your place as a sovereign divine being of light. Receiving a beautiful blessing from the Divine Mother in through the crown of the head. Her diksha, her blessing. Bringing the masculine and the feminine hemispheres of the body into balance. Breathing into the heart. Just allowing that energy to integrate the divine codes, the divine surrender to the divinity that is you, your own inner authority, free of any limitations of separation. Completing patterns that no longer serve us. So we're going to open the Akashic Records. And so we're honoring Thoth, who is the keeper of the Akasha. He's an Egyptian, from the Egyptian pantheon. So we're opening up this divine library of experiences, all the experiences that your soul has undergone, all the initiations, every single thing that you have experienced is in the Akashic Records. So we are asking Thoth to open the Akasha and to receive all the patterns that we are ready to release and include into the Akasha so that future generations can learn from. We have completed these patterns of separation, patterns of power over, power under, dynamics, letting go in our relationships, letting go of power struggles. We no longer need to struggle with power because we know that our power comes from inside of us. So we can let go of those patterns, those ways that we thought that we could get power in the past. Soroko shinoa hashineki sunokoro anai. Soskuru sunoa hana shiki sunokoro. Soskuru hanai. Soskuru sunoa hanai. Soskuru sunoa ha. This is an inner initiation. Soskuru hashineki sunoa. Soku shinoa. Sosusku hanai sunokoro. Letting go. Sunoa. Take a deep breath and breathe out, especially around the solar plexus. So we're removing these power struggles. Competition, spiritual competition. We meet each other as equals, divine to divine, light being to light being. So any kind of hierarchy, and we're just letting it go. If we choose, it's a free choice to complete these patterns. If you are ready, you can say yes inside of yourself and allow the Akasha to receive. And then we're going to call forth our most amazing, brightest future self is coming forth. The most beneficial, creative, inspiring, sovereign timeline that reveals ourselves as the most empowered, creative, creator beings, co-creating with the divine, creating the most beautiful future for ourselves. And you can visualize yourself in your divine sovereignty, all your gifts and talents being expressed in the world. Fulfillment in our relationships, in our work, just total fulfillment, prosperity in every area of our lives, calling that forth. Every time we've experienced beauty and grace and magic, we're calling forth those experiences, bringing them into present time. This vibration will call forth the perfect people, places, and opportunities to fulfill our mission as sovereign beings of light on Gaia in this now moment. Just allow yourself to receive those codes, your divine mission, your divine service, your unique gifts and talents that you offer to the world are needed now, are coming online, are activating. Your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, gifts and talents that are unique to you. Sono shinoka hashinake sonoko soroanai. Soskuru sonoko ahanai sokushwanaki. Again, coming into present time, past self, the future self, coming into the present moment. Aligned with Gaia and the cosmic light. And then we're just going to, again, be aware of your connection to Gaia. Make sure that you're grounded, connected to the center of the earth, the ascended Gaia. As we integrate the ascension codes. Completing so thank you to Toth. Now we're closing the Akasha, including back into the oneness, back into the wholeness, back into the source. Now the Divine Mother is offering Diksha in through the crown of the head. The Divine Mother blessing. And this energy is recalibrating and realigning, revitalizing all the cells of the body. Just allow breathing in more light, allowing the integration. Bringing in the light of 2021. She's acknowledging all of us for being here and offering us her blessing, that you will have the strength that you need to face whatever it is that we need to face in this new year. We will have the strength and the support of the Divine Mother in all moments. We will experience her grace and her support. Hashkoroa sanaki sonoa sonoa hoshinoa shinaki sonokoroa hana chiki sonokoroa naki. And the Venus light is coming forth, this light of inspiration and creativity and just amazing grace. The Venus light. Hashinoa hashinaki sonokoroa hana esenake sonokoroa hanai. Coming into alignment with the Venus light, the rainbow ray, the divine rainbow codes coming through the central sun. And this rainbow ray will support you to stay in joy, experience joy, no matter what is occurring in the outer world. We experience joy through our alignment through our union with the divinity within. So this is pure grace coming forth. So and so we maintain this vibration of inner divine support, sovereignty, and love. And that's how we support others, by emanating this consciousness out into the world. And it is the most powerful vibration and the most gentle at the same time. Because it allows others to experience what they need to experience. It doesn't take away their experience. It doesn't take away our experience. We still will go through growth processes, powerful growth processes. But it gives us strength to go through them. And we can go through them with the experience of support. You're not alone. So you may experience some kind of death in your life. You may experience some kind of illness. You may go through that. But you will be divinely supported no matter what occurs. And whatever occurs is part of your ascension process. It will make you strong. We use every experience as a key to connect to that divine presence inside of us, to strengthen and deepen that connection. So just clearing any fear that came up right now. In the heart, breathe into the heart, and offering fear into the altar of the Divine Mother. Any fear. Oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. Just let it go. Give it to her. Surrender. Ana just breathe in more light into the heart, the unconditional love and support. The Divine Mother. We know where to go. Right to the heart, and we call on divine support in the moment. Divine surrender. That's how it's done. Just receiving. Equanimity. Balance. Love. Flexibility. Something that we may be so sure about may completely turn around. So we're just very holding lightly to our beliefs, to our perceptions, just allowing our perceptions to transform. We just let go. We may see a whole new perspective about what's happening in our lives and in the world if we allow our habitual ways of seeing to unravel. We just let go. We allow this recalibration to occur, and then we come into alignment. And just bringing in some divine patience from Kuan Yin. Divine patience. That you can't pull open the petals of a flower. You'll destroy the flower. You must allow the petals of the flower to unfold naturally in divine timing. So we trust the divine timing. So, even this beautiful flower that is blossoming inside our hearts will blossom in divine timing. Just visualizing a beautiful lotus flower blossoming inside your precious heart. It's this innocence. It's just an innocence and purity that is just blossoming inside of us through our alignment. Transparency. We're transparent. Nothing to hide. No hidden agenda. We are just beings of light incarnate, having this human experience. Take a deep breath. Final light language transmission from the Venus light. Kanai Hanai Nananani Sikisikoskoronuanini Chinikiri Chinakoroaha Ana Chikesikosakoroanani Senakoroanani Sikosakroana Kisikoshoana Chikisikoroanai. The vibration of joy. Hoskoroa Chinikisanoanani Sikiskosoroaha Chikiskoskoroanai. Chanaka Ana Chikesanakasanakasanakoroanai. So you have access to this vibration of joy in all moments. So we're just bringing in that light for the new year, celebrating all that we have transformed and experienced in 2020, and ready for more. In alignment with the divine presence within the inner divinity, where life becomes magical. Surrender. Just receiving, allowing yourself to continue to receive and process in the days to come. We'll continue to be receiving this light. As we transition into 2021, the year of Sovereign Divinity. Five, 5. Hana chike chikodo honoa hanai chinike chikodo hai nai sonoa nai sonoa nai soa hanai sonoa nai shinisiniki no noa nai. Offering gratitude to the beings of light that supported us today. The Sophia Christ, the seraphim, the dragons, Kuan Yin, Thoth, Yeshua. Thank you, thank you. They're thanking us. Divine to divine, light being to light being. Happy 2021. Align with the divinity that is you.